How's it going, everyone? Rolling Cajun here, and I'm coming up at you again with another video, and this is going to be a gearing video. I wanted to quickly apologize for the video taking so long for me to get out here. I've been really busy in real life, and I hadn't had a chance to get this video. I wanted to try and do a video at least once a week, but things haven't worked out, so I'm just now getting to it, so hopefully this turns out pretty good. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is you're going to be getting gear in Goblin Camp and your small dungeons, and you're also going to be getting it from Fort Desolation and Ash Fort and stuff like that, and you're going to be getting some pretty decent gear. Now, once you get over level 40 and you start getting to level 40 to 45 gear, you're going to want to start reforging your stats. So the first thing you want to do when you get some gear is you want to go here. Under Reforge, you can either click on the item itself and click more and go to Reforge, or you can just click Reforge here and you can go down to the pieces that you want to reforge. The first thing you want to do is get your defense stats up as high as you can as fast as possible. So I'm going to name out some pieces of gear that will give you double defense, that will give you defense stats. And these pieces, you want to try to get double defense stats on every single one of these pieces. First off, you want to get it on the chest piece, your offhand, your earring, your ring, your pendant, and your sash. I click on this offhand here, and you'll see that I have double stats on all this. I have 2 HP stats, 2 physical defense, 2 magical defense, and a magic accuracy down here at the bottom. You want to try to get all the pieces that I just named with double defense stats on every single one of them. You want to try to get the magic defense higher than the physical defense if you're DPS, and if you're a tank, you want to try to get the physical defense higher than the magical defense. You'll notice here that my magical defense, both of these are higher than the physical one, so this is the one that I want for DPS because it's going to make my magical defense higher. Since you need a lot of magical defense, excuse me, you need a lot of magical defense on DPS, so you want to try to pick the ones that have the higher magical defense. So say I just got this offhand and it has really crappy stats on it, and I want to change these stats. So I'm under Reforge, I click on this Reforge review right here, and it's going to bring up this review box here. These are the current stats that I have on my piece right now. And the rating is at 805 is what the score is. Now, if I want to change these stats, it takes these Regalian stones. You'll be getting these as you do your dailies and stuff. You're going to get a lot of these, but make sure you try not to waste them. There's going to be a lot of gear that you're going to be getting, and you're going to use a lot of these stones, so you don't want to waste them on lower gear. That's why I was mentioning that you only want to do this on level 40 and higher gear. Do not do this on level 30 gear. Get to your level 45, start getting into some dungeons, get the higher gear, then you start reforging so you can get stronger. So I click this reforge button here, and it's going to come up with a bunch of random stats. The score is about 50 lower than what I have. It's got 2 vitalities in there and some other stuff for some stun boosts for PvP and some other things that I don't need. So I don't like these stats. I'm going to re-roll it again. And it gave me even worse stats. So I hit the Reforge again. And you just keep hitting this Reforge button until you get the double defense stats like I have here. Now you'll see here that it actually gave me just a single defense stats, but it gave me a bunch of other stuff. You don't really want to worry about that right now, because your main goal when you're first starting out is getting your magical defense and your physical defense as high as possible. You'll notice here that these bars are kind of high. Magical defense is 25 and 29 on physical defense, but you look over here on these doubles, and I have 21 and 29, and then 15 and 24, so these are way higher than the ones over here. Magic defense is almost twice as high with the double than it is on the single here. So you don't want to keep these stats. You want to keep rolling and keep rolling until you get the double defense and the double HP on every piece that I named earlier. I believe all of them can have double HP. Don't quote me on it. If you don't see the HP pop up too often, then you may not be able to get the HP, but you want to get the double defense on every one of those pieces. That's the first thing you want to do as soon as you start getting some gear. Go through all your gear and change the stats on the stats that you need for your class. You'll notice this scepter here has offensive stats on it. I have double magic damage, double HP, and double magic penetration. All these are useful for my class, and you'll see that I got double on them too. So you want to keep rolling on your offensive pieces also and try to get the double stats on them also. You can get double stats on every piece of gear that you have. It's just going to take you a lot of regalia stones in order to get those pieces. So if you get something that's decent, at least switch it and go try on another piece, and don't waste all your stones on just on what you're wearing right now, because tomorrow you may get a new piece of gear that needs Reforge also. So try to get some good stats on every piece, but don't try to get perfect stats because you're going to be replacing the gear anyways. So don't go crazy and waste all your stones on that. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to talk about is set bonuses. You'll notice here that when I click on some of my pieces of gear, or actually all of them, I scroll down here to the bottom, you'll notice that I have a set bonus here. This is a D3 set bonus. That's actually pretty good. I'm actually trying to work to get the third one right now. Any of these pieces of gear that you see that have D1 or higher, you can actually take that set bonus off and you can put it on another piece of gear. So say I'm doing some higher dungeons right now. Torches 3 drops 320 gray gear, which is what I have on now. When I get into the insane Mysticas, it's going to be dropping higher grade gear, so I may want to take this set bonus and put it on a higher piece that I get. The way these set bonuses work is you can only swap the set bonus off of this piece of gear for another offhand. So if I want to swap get a piece of gear that has a different set bonus on it that's an offhand, I can swap it to this offhand as long as it's D1 and higher. You can't swap D0 sets. So if you get a piece that's got D0, you can't use that one. You'll just have to use the piece that's on you, and if you can get another one, then you'll be able to use that bonus for a little while. But the D0 sets are not very good anyway, so you don't need to worry about those. But you can drop the D1 sets in regular dungeons, so make sure you're paying attention whenever you're doing your dungeons and you're doing your forts and your desos and all that stuff, to make sure that if you get a D1 piece, to put that D1 piece on, because that means that you can swap that set out later if you get something better. Make sure you don't keep the D0s. If you get a D1, replace it as soon as possible, and you'll be able to swap that out. And I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. You'll see here that I got a D1 on this one, and I got a D1 on this one, and some of the other pieces are D1s, and then I also have some D3s and stuff like that. But if I say I'm doing a Mystica, or I'm doing one of the team dungeons or something, and I get a set bonus that I want, and it's an offhand, I drop an offhand and it has a set bonus that I want, so I gotta have that set bonus. So you go to the piece that you're wearing, you click on more, you go to Reforge like you're doing your regalia stones, but you're going to click on this swap set here. And any piece that's inside your bag, or even, I think even in your bank, no, I think it's got to be in your bag. Any piece that's in your bag and you click on this plus, you can swap to any of those set bonuses. You'll notice here that I got 3 different options. I can swap to any of these pieces, and actually it's any one that's in your bag or in your storage. Right now I have these D2 set in my storage, and it's actually gonna let me swap it out if I want to. But once you you see the piece that you want, the set that you want, you click on it and hit this add button, and it's gonna cost you 5,000 silver and a couple of dragon scales. It shows 0 out of 2. Now these dragon scales, the best way to get them is through the faction supplies. You need to do your faction quest every single day. It's a faction rep daily that you can get. Once you choose a faction, it'll give you an option to where you can do this daily. Let me go ahead and show you that real quick where it's at. You look under adventure here and go to reputation tasks, and it'll be either under golden flame or the other faction, Magellanta's faction, or however you pronounce it. And you click on this, and you hit the go button, and it'll take you to an NPC inside the PvP zone, and you'll get to do either one quest when you're first starting out until you get to higher rep, and you'll unlock other quests that you can do also. And it gives you these faction medals. These faction medals right here, and honor and other stuff. And these faction medals are what you're going to need to buy those dragon scales. Now you can buy them dragon scales out of the cash shop or the item shop or whatever you want to call it, but it's really, really expensive. You don't want to do that route. So make sure you do your faction supply quests every single day. So when you get you some dragon scales, it takes 2 dragon scales and you just hit swap set right here and it'll swap those out for you. And let me show you real quick how high they are in the item mob. They're 10,000 gold a piece. So if you want to do that set bonus, it's going to cost you almost 20,000 gold to do just one piece of gear. So you definitely don't want to do that unless you have a really huge abundance of gold and you just don't care about it. But I wouldn't suggest doing it this way. Do your faction quest, and if you need to wait a couple of days before you can get some dragon scales and get that set bonus, then you just wait a couple of days and you get free just for doing some faction quests. So that's how you swap your set bonuses out. You want to be working on your set bonuses as soon as possible. You'll notice here that I have this one set bonus that is called Flock, and it's really, really OP for mystics. Right here, it gives a 30% bonus to Arcane Shield. So when I pop Arcane Shield, it's 30% stronger. And since I'm an off healer, I'm DPS, but also off heal in Mystica and raid dungeons or even the team dungeons and stuff. I try to off heal as much as possible to help the healers out. This set right here comes from really, really handy for me. And it's only a D1 set. It's really easy to get. And I'll more than likely keep this set throughout all the gear that I go through. I like this set. It's really good. And another one I'm working on right now is this Mystic Galaxy one. It gives 30% stronger healing and damage for Mystic Galaxy. So when I'm doing my off heals and doing damage, I do 30% stronger for Mystic Galaxy. I just need one more piece. I'm actually working on trying to get that also, if I can get another piece to drop on one of these other crappier pieces like these pants, the shoulders, any of those pieces. I'm going to swap that out, and I'm going to get that secret set too for right now until I can get some of the higher D4, D5, D6, and D7 and all the other really crazy gear sets. But you want to be working on those, because these default ones that you get, these Devora's Twisted Wind and some of the others, Sailor one, they're not that good. The higher the number is, the better the set bonus is. So try to get your set, start working on your set bonuses. So work on your set bonuses, get your reforging done. And something that is an option is not, I would say, a lot of people would argue that legendaries are not required in this game. So don't sit there and believe that you have to have legendaries to be really strong in this game, because that is not the case. I've seen several really high geared in-game people that don't have a single legend gear piece on. There's actually a mystic that I ran a raid with the other day that was top DPS. He was doing some insane DPS and he didn't have a single legendary piece of gear on. The best gear that you can get in this game comes from Mystica. You want to do your Mystica every single time it resets. It resets on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Depending on where you're at and what server you're playing on, it could be a little bit different. Like right now, I'm playing on an EU server, Forest Valley. And because of the time zone, it's actually on Monday and Friday for me when it resets. It's not on Tuesday and Saturday. It's Tuesdays and Saturdays for them. But because my time is different, it's Mondays and Fridays for me. So you need to find out when these resets are and make sure you do your Mysticas before the resets again. Do these Mysticas as often as you can, even if you have to start all the way down at the bottom and do the normal ones. The normal ones are still going to be better than the gear that you're getting from goblin camps and from forts, from the different fort raids. So you want to be doing these Mysticas. These are absolutely top priority, and not only are you going to get better gear than what you have on now, you're going to get these tokens that you need in order to upgrade your skills. I'm sure you've already seen this before. If you go into your skills here, you'll notice that once you reach level 45 on your skills, you can't upgrade them anymore. You need these little tokens. These tokens come from Mystica. So you need to be doing your Mysticas in order to upgrade your skills. You'll notice that I have a bunch of my skills at level 50, level 51, 63. And the only way that you can get these up is with Mystica or with legendary gears. I'll show you that real quick on the legends. That's the good thing about the legend gear is that you can get your skills up. There's a stat that you can re-roll, and you can actually get plus. I've got +4 Dreadfall from just this one legendary right here. So my Dreadfall has four more inside these skills just from that one piece of gear. Now that's the plus side of having legendaries, plus you can swap the set bonus out anytime you want also. So legendaries do have their pluses to them, but I can guarantee you right now that legendaries are not super important. So I believe that pretty much covers everything with gear. If there's anything that you would like to know that I may have not covered, or something that's confusing you, I'm not very good at talking in public or talking to people, so I kind of stutter a little bit sometimes. I get lost for words. I may not be making the best videos. I just hope that this information gets out to people and actually helps people. So if there's something that I didn't cover, ask me in the comment section. I check my comments all the time. I'll answer you whenever I get a chance. But I do appreciate you guys watching these videos. If you found something useful, like and subscribe to the video. Help me grow my channel. It also inspires me to want to make more videos so I can keep making these guides for you guys. If I play a new game, I might make some guides for that game too. So help me grow my channel. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot for watching.